well. How the hell are you?
Wyatt, I am rolling.
Now it's being considered one of the great westerns ever made, so I'm happy about that.
Kurt Russell, Goldie Hawn's longtime partner, is facing a tragic diagnosis that has shaken their lives. This unexpected health crisis has left many wondering about the future of one of Hollywood's most enduring love stories. Kurt Vogel Russell was born on March 17, 1951, in Springfield, Massachusetts. His father, Bing Russell, was a well-known actor, and his mother, Louise Julia, was a dancer. Kurt grew up with three sisters in Thousand Oaks, California, with a heritage spanning English, Irish, German, and Scottish roots. From a young age, he was passionate about baseball, playing Little League through grade school and later as a second baseman at Thousand Oaks High School, graduating in 1969. His father Bing had also played professional baseball, and that tradition carried on through the family. From 1969 to 1975, Kurt served in the California Air National Guard as part of the 146th Tactical Airlift Wing, bringing the same discipline to his service that would define his acting career. Kurt's path to stardom began early. His first role was a small, uncredited part in It Happened at the World's Fair, where he kicked Elvis Presley's character in the leg. From there, guest appearances on popular TV shows followed quickly. In 1963, he landed a role on the ABC series Arnie Higgins before being cast as the title character in the ABC Western The Travels of Jamie McPheeters, based on a Pulitzer Prize-winning novel. He appeared on The Fugitive, The Virginian, and Gunsmoke, and at just 13 took on the role of Jungle Boy in Gilligan's Island. His adaptability made him one of Hollywood's most sought-after young actors. In 1966, Kurt signed a 10-year contract with Walt Disney Productions, becoming the studio's top star of the 1970s. His first Disney film was Follow Me, Boys, and Walt Disney himself predicted a great future for him. One of the last things Disney ever wrote was Kurt Russell's name on a piece of paper. Kurt starred in a string of Disney projects, including Willie and the Yank, the Mosby Raiders and the Horse in the Gray Flannel Suit. It was also during this period, while filming the one and only, genuine, original Family Band, that Kurt first crossed paths with Goldie Hawn, a meeting that would change both their lives, though neither knew it yet. Disney gave him his first starring role in The Computer Wore Tennis Shoes, a hit that showcased his charm and humor. He followed it with The Barefoot Executive and then stepped outside the Disney bubble in 1971 to co-star with James Stewart in Fool's Parade, playing a young man released from prison, a sign of the more serious roles to come. Parallel to his acting career, Kurt pursued professional baseball in the early 1970s, playing as a switch-hitting second baseman for the California Angels minor league affiliates. His career was cut short by a torn rotator cuff suffered in a collision at second base, forcing him back to acting, a twist of fate Hollywood would be grateful for. The turning point came in 1979 with the television film Elvis, in which Kurt portrayed the legendary rock icon. The performance earned him an Emmy nomination and marked his evolution from Disney star to serious Hollywood actor. Directed by John Carpenter, it launched a defining creative partnership. Kurt followed it with the cult classic Escape from New York, playing the iconic Snake Plissken, a role that cemented his status as a Hollywood heavyweight. He reunited with Carpenter for The Thing, initially met with mixed reviews but now considered a horror masterpiece. In 1983, a Golden Globe nomination for Silkwood, starring alongside Meryl Streep and Cher, confirmed his dramatic range. The mid-80s brought even more momentum. He starred opposite Goldie Hawn in Swing Shift, delivered a fan-favorite performance in Big Trouble in Little China, and charmed audiences again alongside Goldie in the beloved romantic comedy Overboard. Tequila Sunrise shifted Hollywood's perception of him further, and he followed it with Tango and Cash alongside Sylvester Stallone. In the early 1990s, Kurt delivered some of his most iconic work, the firefighting drama Backdraft, the legendary western Tombstone where he played Wyatt Earp, and the sci-fi epic Stargate. His voice also made an uncredited cameo as Elvis Presley in Forrest Gump. But perhaps his most praised performance of the era came in Miracle, where he played U.S. Olympic hockey coach Herb Brooks. Critics, including Roger Ebert, lauded his authentic and deeply moving portrayal. In a surprising 2006 revelation, Kurt claimed he had ghost-directed Tombstone for George P. Cosmatos, a secret he had promised to keep until after Cosmatos' death. His collaboration with Quentin Tarantino added another exciting chapter, with standout roles in Death Proof, The Hateful Eight, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He also joined the Marvel Cinematic Universe in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. On a more personal note, he produced The Battered Bastards of Baseball, a Sundance documentary about his father and the Portland Mavericks. He rounded out this period with roles in Furious 7 and the Western horror film Bone Tomahawk, consistently proving his versatility across genres. Kurt's personal life took its own dramatic turns along the way. In 1979, he married actress Susan Hubley, whom he had met on the Elvis set. Their son, Boston, was born on February 16, 1980, but the marriage ended in 1983. That same year, fate brought Kurt back into Goldie Hawn's orbit during casting for Swing Shift. They had first met in 1966 on the Disney set. She was 21, he was 16, and while she found him adorable, a romance was out of the question. 17 years later, things were different. During their audition, Kurt made a candid remark about Goldie's figure. Rather than being offended, she appreciated his honesty. Their first date was unforgettable, swing dancing at the Playboy Club, followed by breaking into a house Goldie was renovating, where they were interrupted by the police. It was unconventional, spontaneous, and perfectly them. What truly sealed Goldie's feelings wasn't just Kurt's looks or humor, it was the natural ease with which he connected with her children, Oliver and Kate Hudson, from her previous marriage. His warmth and genuine bond with her kids made the decision simple. In 1986, their blended family grew with the birth of their son, Wyatt Russell. Despite their deep commitment, Kurt and Goldie never married. Goldie explained that staying independent allowed them to make a daily, conscious choice to be together, a far more meaningful commitment than a legal contract. Kurt echoed this, noting that neither they nor their children felt marriage was necessary to validate their love. Their relationship milestones are the stuff of Hollywood legend. In 1987, they lit up the screen together in Overboard. At the 1989 Oscars, they playfully pretended to propose to each other while presenting an award, capturing their lighthearted approach to life perfectly. When Kate Hudson's son Ryder was born in 2004, they became proud grandparents, with their blended family, Boston, Oliver, Kate, and Wyatt, thriving under their loving guidance. In 2017, they were honored with a double-star ceremony on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Kurt's words that day said it all: "To you, I owe my wonderful life. Simply put, Goldie, I cherish you." They later played Mr. and Mrs. Claus together in Netflix's The Christmas Chronicles and its 2020 sequel, delighting fans with their effortless on-screen chemistry once more. Their children have each forged their own paths. Kate Hudson is a celebrated actress known for her roles in romantic comedies and dramas. Oliver Hudson has built a successful television career. Wyatt Russell transitioned from ice hockey to acting, following in his parents' footsteps, and Boston Russell has chosen a quieter life away from the spotlight. But recently, their joyful life together took a dark and unexpected turn. Kurt began developing persistent sores beneath his lower lip. What initially appeared to be minor blemishes proved to be far more serious upon investigation. Doctors diagnosed him with Peutz-Jeghers syndrome, a rare genetic disorder that causes dark spots on the skin and polyps in the digestive tract. According to Cancer.net, the syndrome carries a lifetime cancer risk as high as 93%. The sores were identified as precancerous lesions, dangerous if not treated swiftly. Dr. Stuart Fisher, though not Kurt's personal physician, stressed the urgency of addressing such lesions before they become invasive. Immunologist Dr. Gabe Merkin reinforced this, emphasizing that Kurt's condition required immediate and thorough medical attention. Amid this health battle, rumors of tension between Kurt and Goldie surfaced. The pressure of a life-threatening diagnosis can test even the strongest bonds. Yet despite reported strain, their relationship held firm. Goldie has remained by Kurt's side with unwavering support, and Kurt is undergoing rigorous medical supervision as he fights back against the disease. Goldie, ever the optimist, believes deeply in his strength and resilience. Their decades-long love story, built on laughter, independence, and genuine devotion, now faces one of its hardest tests. But if their history is any indication, they will face it together.